Hello, grade 9 students. This is Teacher Felisa. Welcome to our English class. In this discussion, materials needed are your book, pen, and your notebook. Today's lesson is on your LC book on pages 366 to 367, which is on making inferences. At the end of this discussion, you are expected to characterize inference and make inference on an article read. Okay, let's first define what is an inference. I think this is already a past lesson, right? So this is just a review for you, okay? An inference is a conclusion reached on the basis of evidence and reasoning. Say, for example, I infer that there is a ghost in my house based on the evidence that I have seen objects moving on their own. Alright, again a review. An inference is an educated guess based on information from a text and the reader's own knowledge and experience. Sometimes you need to make inferences paragraph by paragraph as you read to understand the central idea of a text. Now let's read the following excerpts from Tracing the Legacy of Zaha Hadid. Okay, let's look at this chart and see how inferences from the text can lead us to the key ideas. Okay, the text evidence. The first one is, although roughly half of students enrolled in architecture programs were women, they comprise just 18% of licensed architects. The number is even lower, 5%, when you look at women who work as technology directors at architecture firms. Now, inference, what can we infer here? Okay, it is an educated guess. Now, women are interested in pursuing architecture. However, women face challenges becoming licensed and being promoted. And key idea is there is a large gender gap in the field of architecture. Next, text evidence. In 2004, Hadid became the first woman to win Pulitzer Prize. The second woman, Kazuyo Sehima, who won 6 years later, shares the honor with her husband and design partner Ru Nishizawa. Now, what can we infer here? We can infer that women are not often recognized with prizes for achievements in architecture. And the key idea here is architecture can be a challenging field for women in terms of receiving recognition. Now, based on this textual evidence and what you already know about working women, you might infer that women are underrepresented in the field of architecture. Okay? Alright, so based on those examples, let's try to answer this. Read the following excerpts from Tracing the Legacy of Zaha Hadid. The text evidence is underlined. Okay, let's complete the graphic organizer. Okay, let's fill in the inference and the key idea. Okay, text evidence. I remember her telling me how hard it was for her as a woman, a Muslim and an Arab, going to the Architectural Association in London, which was really an old boys' club. She must have looked like a creature from another planet. Okay, based on this text evidence, underlying text evidence, we can infer that Hadid faced challenges in pursuing her goals because of both her gender and her ethnicity. And the key idea is it can be difficult for women to enter male-dominated organizations. Next, text evidence. Hadid quickly gained greater distinction for a mathematical mind and professional resilience. She established her London practice. Zaha Hadid Architects in 1979, just 7 years after finishing at the Architectural Association. In 1993, her work on the Vitra fire station in Wil am Rhein, Germany, catapulted her to fame. Now, what can we infer? We can infer that Hadid was not afraid of working through challenges. And the key idea is women can be very successful in architecture despite the difficulties. Now, based on your reading and your inferences, what is the central idea of this article? It could be Zaha Hadid broke down barriers by becoming a successful and influential figure in the male-dominated field of architecture. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you again for listening.